So good afternoon. Go ahead and finish up the homework for Unit 4. Page 9 and 10 is your last homework assignment. I went ahead and already started on it. So we'll go back and review. So number 1, 2, and 3. It's just real easy stuff. You can do that. Number 4, 5, and 6 go together. And so number 6, we were looking at it. We have metal, or we have a element, a compound, forms a separate, different element and a different compound. So if that's the case, then it's a single replacement reaction. Oh, excuse me, allergies. Number 7. So number 7, you have, this is plutonium 3 oxide, and it decomposes into some element and 3 oxide. And so when you do this, remember, you balance it out. Well, you have 6 oxygens here, and you have 6 here. So how many PUs do you have? Well, you have 4. So you need what? You need 4 PUs here, and so there's your answer. And number 8, remember, you just take the numbers, tell you the moles. You have a number outside the parentheses, it multiplies inside to become the number of moles. So for example, carbon only has 1 times 3, it's 3, and oxygen has 3 times 3, it's 9. Multiply by the masses on the periodic tables, add them together, and there you go. Alright, if we jump down here to the bottom, and so like number 11, pretty simple. Combustion. Well, anytime you have a combustion reaction, regardless of what this is, it'll always be carbon dioxide and water. I just like to write the formulas. They're a lot faster to write. Alright. So, number 13, you have aluminum cyanide reacts with potassium chromate. What's produced? Well, remember, if you have 2 compounds reacting, then all you do is flip the anions. So for example, the CN will go with K, and the Al will get the CrO4. But you have to make sure you know the charges. Well, K is a +1, CN is a -1, so that's going to be KCN. Aluminum is a +3, chromium is a -2, crisscross applesauce, 2, CrO4, 3. So now if I look for that answer, it looks like it's answer B. Okay, so it'd be answer B. So remember, first you flip the anions, then you pick the charges, and then crisscross and figure out what the formulas are. So that's page 9. And now page 10. So page 10 is just a review of, we have you figure out what type it is, you then have to predict the products, and then you have to balance the equation out. So we'll look at number 2. So number 2 is you have an element and a compound. Well, remember, if you have an element and a compound, that is a single replacement. And so what happens is the anion, okay, so remember, if it is a single replacement, then you need to look at your activity series on your periodic table. So if I pull my periodic table out, I have to look at this activity series to determine if the reaction will occur or not. So I'm looking at silver. Silver's already bonded. Silver's way down here at the bottom. And potassium is way up here at the top. So if the element, element is by itself and it is higher, then it will steal the anion away from the. So for example, KNO3, and then silver is left all by himself. Alright? Now, figure out your charges. +1, -1. If you didn't know, NO3, if you look over here, NO3 plus -1. You know potassium's +1 because it's group 1. So because the charges are the same, when you crisscross them, they just basically disappear. So you get KNO3. Okay? Now, you have to balance it out. Well, this might be pretty easy. 1 potassium, 1 potassium. Good. 1 silver, 1 silver. So let me write these out. Remember, if it is in parentheses, leave it. Don't mess with it. So everything's 1, you're done. Put Roman numeral 1 in front. Okay, and there you go. Let's balance it out. Let's go down here and do maybe a easier one. I'll do number 4. Why not? Number 4 is okay dokie. So, element, element. 2 elements, put them together. Okay, so that is a synthesis because they're combining. They're going to be coming together, combining. Well, I'm not going to write it in the blank yet. I'm going to write it out here separate. And now I'm going to figure out charges. Well, aluminum is in group 3A or 13. So we know anything in that group has a +3 charge. Running out of lead. Nitrogen is in group 5A or 15. So that's a non-metal. Well, we know non-metals are negative. And because it's in group 15, he only needs 3 more to be in the happy, noble place. He needs a happy, happy, joy, joy. So if you cross those charges, if they're the same charge, they basically cross each other out. So you'd be left with Al3, or give me a minute, let me put my lead back in my pencil. Alright, so crisscross, you get Al3N3, reduce it, Aln. Okay, so Aln. Remember, big N, little l, big A. Now, balance it out. Al is 1, nitrogen there's 2. Al is 1, nitrogen's 1. So, aluminum's good, they're balanced. Nitrogen, no, not balanced. Well, multiply that by 2. Gives you 2. If you multiply that by 2, it multiplies this by 2 also. Multiply that by 2. Now, ping pong. Multiply that by 2. Anything I multiply goes as my coefficient. It's balanced. I'm done. Okay, so there you go. You got it. You can do it. Get her done. And good luck.